Gar! Me breeches are stained with the love juice of an impudent mermaid. 'Twas but 4 moons ago. We were sailing north beyond the dire straits, escaping from the British and their monkey-long reach. Arr! 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 'Twas night and the waves were murky, slapping the ship like an idle seaman. What? There was but me and no hands Mick upon the deck, swigging the last of Admiral Nehorn's finest malt whiskey. I were about to toss the bottle overboard when we heard a sound. A chilling sound. The sort ye never wants to hear. The sort so terrifying, it makes your blood freeze and your eyes pop out in icicles. Gar! Old Mick knew it right away. 'Twas the call of a young and fertile mermaid. We peered over the side, and there, stranded upon a tiny reef, were a buxom merwench, wailing for gentlemanly assistance. Now, being gentle as what we are, we leapt to her aid. I jumped off the bows and missed the blessed reef. 'Tis good that I did, for Mick did not, and he broke both his legs. Ha ha! For the deck were high up and the rocks down low. Gar, 'twas my lucky night. The young merlass seemed surprised by Mick's wailing, so I swam to her and began a soft crooning to soothe her, like so. Now this she liked, I tells you, and she turned her beauty upon me. Ha ha! Me heart nearly broke through me ribs to reach her first. Glad I was the padlock upon me rib cage, firmly affixed there not 9 years before by the King of Tarsus, a fine but somewhat jealous fellow with his wives. But that's a tale for another time. She were radiant fair, her long hair silver by the moonlight, her arms draped shyly over her bounteous bosoms. Aye, and the most splendidly scaled tail I ever did lay me eyes upon, me own or another's. Her tail swished, seductive like, splashing poor Mick with salty water. 'Twas love at first sight. She flopped towards me, her fishy nethers dragging across the reef, and I to her, me arms in welcome, and me breeches at half-mast. Aye, and she was an enthusiast for the old sea dog, I tell you. She were fine and fishy. We lay together in the pale moonlight till 'twas nearly dawn, and old Mick had finally passed out from the pain. I saw she meant to leave me, and I knew I could not but let her go. For that's the way of the ocean. Me heart sank as she dived beneath the waves, a saucy tail flapping away. I followed her with me eyes, well, me eye. At the very edge of me sight she turned and tossed herself out the water, and the rising sun caught her all up the scales, and she glowed like a big golden fish. And then she were gone. I dragged No Hands Mick back onto the ship, and we went on our way. On a quiet, moony night, I fancy I can catch a whiff of that fine mackerel scent in me nostrils, and I can almost feel her cold, slippery fins about me thighs. Gar, 'tis hard to bring myself to wash these breeches. 'Tis all I have left. She were half fish, but all woman.